Welcome to Monday. We are finding solutions. So you have an equation that is y equals mx plus b, where m and b are numbers. And so I'm just going to make one up. Y equals 3x plus 5. And you know that x is your input and y is your output. So I am going to give you some inputs and you are going to put them in and you're going to get an output, because this x means it can be absolutely anything. I hope you did your skill builders. Your skill builders are helping you with your brain, and I hope to get a video of how I did the correct solutions and some hints. Okay, complete each table, give an input, determine output, and I'm going to show you the format that I'm looking for. So I have this function, and it says these are my inputs. What's my output? So I'm going to go -1 over 2 plus 4. I inputted my -1 in for x. -1/2 plus 4. I get 3.5. Which means when I input -1, I output 3.5. Notice I don't put a decimal because there's no decimals in my problem. Then I do 0 over 2 plus 4. 0 divided by anything is 0, so that's 4. And so when I input it in 0, I get out of 4. Now, after a while, you'll know that because this is your y-intercept, and your y-intercept always has a 0 common number for your y-intercept format. Let me erase this so we can see it still. Okay, so then I go 1 over 2 plus 4. 1/2 plus 4 is 4.5. So when I input 1, I get 4.5. 2 over 2 plus 4. 2 over 2 is 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. When I input 2, I get 5. You should start being able to predict that you're going up by 1 and going up half by the other. This is what tells you that you're going up by half, and that you started at 4 for your y-intercept. So 3 over 2 is actually 1.5. 1.5 and 4 is 5.5. When I input 3, you get 5.5. Now let me go back, and since these are coordinates, I need to put these in parentheses. So when today you're going to make sure you put those in parentheses. Okay, same thing, different problem. Here's my function. Here's my inputs. -3, -1 is 3. So when I put in a negative, I get out -1. I output is 3. I put 0 in. Oops, nope. I'm going to do it correct format. I'm demonstrating how these need to be actually inputted also. -3 times 0 is 0. And so 0, 0, these should be in parentheses, and that is correct because there's no plus b. -3 times 1, -3, 1 goes in, 3, -3 goes out. -3 times 2, -6. 2 goes in, -6 goes out. I can start seeing the pattern that this is going to be a 3, and this is decreasing by 3 each time, and that's our decreaser. And so that'll be -9, but I'm going to verify it by doing -3 times 3, which is -9. So here we have -3 minus 1, -3x minus 1. There's your function, there's your inputs. I'm going to do -3 times -1 minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2, so when I go negative 1, I get to 2. 0, negative 3 times 0 minus 1 is negative 1. 0, negative 1. Could have predicted that because that is my y-intercept format, and here is my y-intercept. Negative 3 times 1 minus 1 is going to be negative 4. And by now, you might notice that it's this table backing up one spot. So 3, 0, negative 3, negative 6, it now becomes 2, negative 1, negative 4. So this is negative 7, and this is negative 10. You will also know that is decreasing by 3, and that's your decreasing by 3. So negative 3 times 2 minus 1, negative 7, negative 3 times positive 3 minus 1, negative 9. Okay, given function and inputs find outputs. Now we're going to see if these work. So this is what somebody has done. They said, hey, I inputted 3 and I outputted 10, and you're going to either say yes or you're going to say no about whether they were right. So I input 3, so it's 3/4 times 3 plus 6. That's 9/4 plus 6. 9/4 is never going to be a whole number. I'm never going to land out a whole number. So it's actually going to come up here and do 9/4 plus 6, which is 2 1/4, plus 6, which is 8 1/4, which is no. 3/4 times 8 plus 6. Oops, that goes in this part. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Notice how I'm putting parentheses around it to protect it. I input 8. This is actually, I'm going to come up here, that's actually 3/4 times 8. Going to cross out that to be 2. Factoring things out. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. So that's a no. I input 12. 3/4 times 12 plus 6. Again, I'm going to take 3/4, 12. There's 1/4 and there's 3/4. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 6 is 15. That's a yes, because notice that's a 15 and that's a 15, so that's a yes. I'm going to input 16. 3/4 times 16. That's 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. And that is a no, because they thought they were going to get 12. So that's how you're going to do inputs and outputs. I'm going to pause the video to wait for this and do, because I'm going to run out of time doing all of these. But there's going to be a second part to do more information.